Hi there, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. This is Taslima from Taslima Maya Art, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this beautiful piece of work. I've entitled it a butterfly swipe on a dry gradient blended background on a 13-inch canvas round. This technique was inspired by an artist called Shan B Fluid Art on YouTube, so please do check out her fantasy swipe. It's amazing and it really did inspire me to try this out myself. Okay, welcome everybody. I'm going to be doing a swipe pour on a round canvas. Okay, so it's a dry canvas and I've blended some colours, acrylic colours on this canvas, and I had a lot of help from Shan B, who's a wonderful artist with her own channel, so I'll pop her channel up on the screen and in the description box for you to have a look. And do check her out please if you can. She helped me with the blending technique for this, so I did my best. I mean, I'm not as good as her, but I did my best trying to blend the colours together on a radial canvas, which is actually really tricky, yeah, it's something that takes a lot of practice. I just want to quickly show you the blending I did, but I've tried to blend the yellow in with the green in with the purple and pinks as well. So yeah, so some of these are extreme sheen colours, so I've used pretty much a similar colours to what I've just shown you, and this is going to be the base for this pour. Okay, so it's completely dried and cured now, and I'm ready to pour on top of it. So here are my colours. I've mixed them up last night. So the first colour I want to show you is this one, which is TLP Submarine, and that's here. Okay, so this is obviously semi-transparent, I'd imagine, so you should be able to see through this colour, and I've mixed it up with my medium. I've also got in here Amsterdam Yellow Azo Medium. Okay, so this one here, I don't know if that's Azo Yellow Medium even, and that's mixed up here. And then I've got Amsterdam. I've made sure that my canvas now is sitting right in the centre of this box, and also ensure that it's completely level with one of these. So if I double check, then yeah, it's sitting pretty level all the way, because I don't want the paint that I pour onto it to spill over and distort any of the cells that I get. So I am going to be doing a swipe pour today, very similar to a video that Shanbi has done. She's called it the fantasy swipe, but this is slightly different in the terms of how I blended these paints in a different fashion, and also use some different colours as well. So I'm going to go through each of my colours. So here we have Pebble Ultramarine Blue, and it's opaque, and I'm not entirely sure I will use this one. I do want some transparent paints for my canvas, simply because I want to be able to see through a lot of my swipe colours. So this is the next one, which is SheleeArt Lavender Frost and Amethyst, and this is an extreme sheen colour. It's absolutely beautiful. I've mixed it with my pouring medium, which I will pop up on the screen and go through with you as well. My pouring medium was 3 parts Valspar V700 Gloss Base C with 1 part Varathane Triple Thick Gloss Varnish, mixed with the paints roughly at 3:1. So 3 parts PM with 1 part paint or pigment. I added a little bit PM to the pigments because obviously they're very thin. So you can see it leaves a couple of seconds trace, probably about 3-second trace. I find the thicker the paints are for my swipes, the more likely they are to retain the cells as they dry. This is now Amsterdam Yellow or Azo Yellow Medium, and they are all of the same thicker consistency. And the next one for me is a TLP. Now, I haven't used any TLPs before really, so this is a new one for me. I've had them a while in my drawer and been too scared to use them, so I'm going to start my journey with TLPs now after months of having them. And this one is Submarine, and it's beautiful. It's got a beautiful sheen to it. I don't know if you can catch that on the camera. It's absolutely stunning. And then we have again TLP Fairy Floss and Hustle. So I put half and half of each of those TLPs into this one and mixed it up with my medium. Really vibrant pink. I really love it. And to go next to that one to complement it is DecoArt Rose Quartz. This is a DecoArt Rose Quartz, a much lighter pink. It's probably a little too thick, so I might quickly spray some water in there. I haven't actually done a consistency check. I've just simply gone by eye, and I'm trying to learn how to do that, to really look at the trace that it leaves. You know, if you lift the spoon or the spatula or whatever you have, mixing it with, off the paint about an inch, and drop it in. It should come down like a stream and leave a trace on the surface of the paint for a couple of seconds. So it shouldn't disappear straight away in terms of consistency. So now we have DecoArt Emerald and Pebeo Pearl Green mixed together. And this is also a very kind of a medium dark colour. Lots of sheen in there, as you can see. Very stunning, beautiful emerald colour. And finally I have another opaque, and this is Cadmium Green Hue and Amsterdam Brilliant Green mixed together. Some of my paints seem to have a few bubbles in there. That's also quite thick, so I might just spray some water in there and thin it down a little bit. I mean, the longer they stay unused, the more thicker they tend to get over time, even with the lid on sometimes. So you just have to make sure your consistencies are all the same. Finally, I'm going to be doing a swipe colour in white. So this is Amsterdam Titanium White mixed with Aussie Floetrol. And that's 3:1. Okay, so 1 part paint, 3 parts Floetrol. And I've just made sure that there's a nice long stream coming off the end of my glue stick. And it goes straight in, and there's no trace pretty much. So that's much thinner. Brilliant Green mixed with Cadmium Green Hue. Okay, that's 2 colours that I've mixed up together. And then we've got DecoArts together here. And this is the DecoArt colour. And the DecoArt one is a custom colour mixed with this one, Emerald, Extreme Sheen Emerald, with this Pebeo Pearl Green colour as well. So that's half of those. And then I've got the purples, which is the DecoArt Lavender, Frost and Amethyst, which is the Extreme Sheen. They are again custom colours mixed together. So I've got that one, Lavender Frost, and a bit of this one mixed in with that, the Amethyst. And then finally we've got Pebeo Ultramarine Blue, and that's an opaque colour. So I've mixed some opaques together with some transparent pigments. Finally, almost finally, we've got the TLPs Fairy Floss and Hustle. And there are these 2 that I've never really used. I've not used many of my TLPs, and I don't really have that many, but I wanted to see how this worked out here. And there's this one, which is really beautiful. I love this colour, Fairy Floss, stunning. And that again is mixed with my medium, which I'll put up on the screen. So the final one here is a DecoArt Rose Quartz. And I put some cling film inside to help me in terms of cleaning, because I've had to clean an awful lot of these parts, and I thought, well, what's an easier way? Maybe if I pop some cling film. I think you call it Serenal Wrap or something in some parts of the world, and I popped that in there and I put the paints in, and I'll see if I'm able to mix that without ripping the cling film off, but maybe that will help me in terms of when it comes to cleaning it out. I'll just throw that away. So this is the Rose Quartz from DecoArt. So those are the colours I'm going to be using today for this technique. Again, these are the colours I've used. Okay, so hopefully you can see them. And you can pause the video if you need to, but they're also in the description box of this video. Now for the base now, I want to be able to see this base, the colours on this base, the dry base colours, through my swipe colours. So I'm going to be using a clear base paint. So this is the Valspar Gloss Base C, and it's actually quite thin, the V700 that you get in the UK. It's also known as the Premium, but it's quite thin, and I tried my best to thicken this up by adding a little bit of Golden Gloss Gel and Varathane Triple Thick Gloss as well. So that's gone into that. I'm hoping that's enough for this canvas, and I want a really thin layer so I can see through it. I did do a test run. I noticed that it does dry slightly milky if you leave too much on the canvas, so I'm going to try and make sure that I don't leave it too thick on the canvas and spread it really thin. So here goes nothing. We're going to add this to begin with. Add this paint on. I'm going to just pour it on pretty much in the middle. I think I'll pop all of it on there really, because there's no point leaving any here. So let me just do that quickly. Just scrape it all in quickly. If I don't have enough to cover the surface, I think I should have enough because I only want a very thin layer. If I don't, I can just get a bit more, which I put aside just in case. It does smell quite bad, this stuff. It's quite pungent, so it's good to have some circulation where you are. I have a window open or something, or a fan going or something, or you're wearing a mask ideally. So that's that in. Okay, and I'm going to spread this out now. I can do it two ways. I can just tilt it, or I can use a palette knife. I'll see if we can tilt it out first. So I'm taking it right to the edge and then back again. I've never done one of these before, so it's a complete first for me, I think, as well. So it's quite exciting to see what happens, if it works out or not. I've not really done a test run. I probably should have, but yeah, I thought I would just, I probably should wear gloves for this. This stuff is really not great to smell. Right, okay, so I'm just going to help it along so it can crawl over the surface of the canvas. I've got a feeling I've got too much on, so I might have to try and scrape some off. Let's see. So I'm just using a palette knife now to try and spread this out a bit to make sure it's level and there's not too much pooling in the middle. And I've also decided to go over it with my blower, get rid of any bubbles. Now it doesn't look like there's many bubbles anyway on my base, which is great. I'm not sure if this is going to actually dry clear, but I'm really going to hope so. So what I'm going to do next is pretty much make sure it's recording. Yep, I'm going to start adding my colours. So let's start with all the colours that are opaque. Okay, so I'm going to add some opaque colours and pop them around the canvas in little squiggly lines. There we go, I think that's okay. And I'll add the colours that I really like. So we'll start with this lovely green. Okay, so that's the Emerald Deco Art, mixed in with the other green that I had. I'm just going to pop that all around as much as I can get. Now when it came to blending the base, I wasn't entirely happy with the centre of this canvas. It was very hard to blend all of these multiple colours into like a midpoint on the centre of the canvas, and I think that's one of the issues with having a round canvas and having to blend like that. So I'll put that on, and then I'm gonna go for yellow next. So let's do the TLP Submarine. The other thing I could have done is added the colours in opposite ends to the colour that's on the base. So if the yellow is here, I could put more yellows at the top and no yellows where the yellow is, simply because obviously yellow and yellow is a bit pointless. And then done the same This is the Amsterdam yellow, as a yellow, maybe a little bit of that as well. I quite like the yellows. Decor lavender. And then we'll pop the light pink on now, I think. The rose pink. Let's pop that on. I have no idea what these colours would look like together, but there's only one way of finding out, is trying and trial by error. Okay, let me know if you see I've missed a spot. And then we've got this beautiful TLP Fairy Floss and Hustle, and that is really stunning. That's hopefully going to be the popping colour we need, primarily because a lot of these colours are very kind of understated. Doing this very fast for some reason. I know probably need to slow a bit down and think before I do it, but I'm trying to do it in time to pick up my daughter from school, so I do like this pink. I'm going to put a lot more on, I think, particularly around the edges. There we go. What do you think? Do you like this pink? It's so much fun using TLPs now and thinking, what can I do with these beautiful, really bright colours? What can I mix them with? Right, I think I'm done. I can't help putting more and more of this pink in, probably too much. I think that's enough, surely. Surely that's enough, right? What do you think? I think so. Let's just stop this now. Okay, to stop this madness. So have I used all the colours? I'm not entirely sure I have I? I think so. Is there any colours I didn't use? Maybe a little bit more of this green. Oops. There's me going mad and touching the canvas. Right, there we go. I think that's enough. Now, for the fun part. Yay! So, I am going to be swiping, and I've got all these cards that are my daughter's cards, and one side is shiny, so I'm going to be using these with my cell activator, and I'm really praying hard that there's enough cell activator here to the whole thing. There might not be. If there isn't, I'm in trouble. I'll have to stop the video and actually make some more, but I am simply adding the cell activator on my card. I'm not sure how much to add, but I'm just guessing that's enough. I mean, we don't really need that much, right? And we're going to swipe over it, so yeah, I'm hoping that'll be enough. So here goes nothing. Wish me luck. Yes, okay, let's do this. One. Oh no, before we do it, hold on. I didn't get rid of the bubbles. Let's do that because I don't want them to. Oh gosh, there's loads. There's huge ones. Just want to make sure they're definitely gone from my paints. So I just don't like the bubbles that end up appearing on my paintings. Ta-da, that's done. Right, here's the first swipe then. Okay, let us make sure we have enough on my card. Here's my playing card, or yeah. So let's do the first one. That's the first one done. Beautiful colours on my card, and I will just wipe it off here and start again. let's do the next one. So I'm going to go around the entire canvas like this, just making sure that I've done every bit of swiping that needs doing. Next one. Oh, look at the cells coming up there already. Which way should we do this one? Here? There we go. Okay, wow, it's coming up straight away, right? Okay, let's do this one. I am quite nervous. Okay, we can do this. Okay, there we go. Next one done. Good, I can reuse this card over and over. Great. Let's pop some more on. Wouldn't it be great to embellish this, eh? Not that it needs it. How will we do this one? Start here. Ah, I missed a spot in the middle. Yeah. Next up, down here. Ah. Oh, I might have to just pull up on this and hope I don't mess it up. Gosh. Right, I got a lot of paint in my card that time. Strange. Okay. I'm trying to use a different card now, that's gone a bit soggy. Okay, here we go. Why is this nerve-wracking? I have no idea why it is. Why is it nerve-wracking? Ah! Okay, so there we go. Down on the paint and then da-da-da-da-da. There we go. I want to show you the card I'm using. He's called Gooby for some reason, but he's one of my daughter's playing card characters. So Gooby is going to do this swipe for us today. Come on, Gooby, you can do this. Okay, so let's try. Okay, I'm just going to do a straight one because they're all going a bit skewed off, I think. There we go. Well done, Gooby. Next we have Shoop. And Shoop is going to do the next one. There we go, Shoop. We've loaded up Shoop. So Shoop is probably going to do one going straight up, which is much harder from this angle. I wish I could just turn this around. Maybe I'll just... like that. And then we've got Kitsu. Kitsu looks good, doesn't he? Okay, Kitsu, let's try you. Kitsu's card is a little bit misshapen, so I'm not sure if that corner is going to drag. Hopefully not. There we go. So there's that. And Kitsu's just going to go straight this way, I think. Oh, actually, I'll just do it this way. Down on the page. There we go. Wipe you up. Turn you off. Keep you for later. Next up, we've got Hooch. So Hooch is going to be doing the next one. These playing cards are cool, aren't they? All these characters. Very strange characters, but helps with imagination, I guess, for her. So, we've got Hooch, and we don't really need a lot of cell activator, it seems. But here's, maybe a tiny bit more, just in case. So, here's Hooch. Hooch is going to do the top corner again. This is the hardest bit because the angle is so funny for me. And I might have to go over. There we go. Thank you, Hooch. And then next we've got Oz. How about that? Oz looks like a sock puppet, doesn't he? Oz is going to be doing the next one. Here we go. Let's add a bit more cell activator on this card. Oh, we've covered up Oz's legs entirely, and we're going to be using Oz down here. I can't do this. Okay, I can. Yes, I will do it. Left hand is never good. I'm not sure what happened there. But look at those beautiful cells there. Wow. Wish I'd done this over, I wish I'd done this wiping the card off on a silicone mat now. Could have had some nice jewellery after it. So now we've got someone called Pips. Oops, I forgot to show you him. Pips. Looks quite funny. He's got these crazy hands and some crazy teeth. Here is Pips. Now Pips, how are we going to do this? Okay, so we've got 2 spots we have not touched at all. We're going to have to go over, I'm afraid, the colours and hope it doesn't mess it up. Down on there. Down. There we go. Thank you, Pips. Next up, Wasby. Wasby's looking cool. Time to use Wasby then. There we go. Gosh, last one. Yay. So Wasby is going to be doing this one here. So we've got one little bit left. Please let this work. Come on, Wasby. I'm not sure what happened, but I kind of lifted the card off before I got to the end. But hopefully, now we've got all them done. That's all the playing cards done. Luckily, that was just exactly all of them. What I'm going to do next is move all these lids away. Try and spin this. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, simply because my spinner is totally tiny. Tiny. So let me see. Let me think about this now. I can see all the cells coming up. Let me bring you in for a closer look. Can you see? I hope you can see that. Very beautiful. I'll be back with you in a minute when I move my spinner in. Actually, I might do some mods before we do the spin thing. So let me get a skewer. I'm trying not to drop this right in. And I'm just going to try and do some mods. Let's just see if we can make it look pretty. So I've seen so many people do mods, including Darren Nixon and many other people like Christy's Creations. So I'm just going to try and make the middle look a bit more prettier. I don't know. What's interesting is I can actually see the colours underneath this pour. That's amazing. And I'm really glad I can see something, even if it does just dry this translucent. I'm just going to make sure that some of these circles in my very heavy CA mixture are pretty. So cool. Right. I'm not sure if I should do any more. I think that's okay. I won't overdo it, do I? Right. I'm just like the queen of overdoing things sometimes, and I need to chill and not worry. There we go. I think that's okay. What do you think? Oh, I know, realise you can't talk to me on here, but it'd be great if you could, right? Okay, so what do you think of that? I think that's okay. Should we do the edges as well? A little bit, yeah? Let's just do a little bit. I don't know. Okay, let's do a little bit. As you can see, I'm not brilliant at modifications. I'm not really practiced. Maybe if I just do like squiggly lines. I did want to see the edges of this pro. I didn't want it all to sort of disappear underneath all these colours. No idea what will happen, to be honest. What do you think of this? Leave any comments for me? Well, I wish I was good at modifications. I'm simply just doing an S shape pretty much all around. Like an elongated S shape. Probably need to practice that one a bit more. I really hope these wonderful cells that have popped up actually stay for me and dry well for me, but you'll see a dry version of this one. What do you think? I quite like it. I think it's quite pretty. But I could touch this up, obviously, once it's dry as well. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to bring you in for a closer look now. So, ta-da! Beautiful cells. I haven't spun it yet, but I do want to. I'm not sure if I should, but I do want to spin it. What do you think I should do? Should I spin it? I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm back. I'm actually holding the phone, so it's very likely I'll drop it onto this. So I've placed this on my floor. This is just a very thin plastic tablecloth that you get for kids' parties at decoration shops. So I'm going to try and spin it. I'm sticking to something, which isn't great. Let me try and put you on a stand 1 minute. Okay, so I'm back and I'm going to be able to try and spin this piece. I'll pop the light on, see if you can see it any better. Okay, so it's on the floor, like I said, on this massive plastic throwaway tablecloth, and I'm going to try and spin it for you. Well, okay, that didn't work. Okay, let's try that again. Take 2. Oh goodness. Okay, I probably should spin the table, the turntable underneath, not the actual canvas. That's not easy to do, is it? I need a better. Oh no 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 no! That is not working for me at all. Okay, so right, what's the next plan? If we can't spin it, we're in trouble, right? What can we do? We can spin it very gently. I do need to get myself a better, bigger spinner, don't I? Oh no, I think it's actually working. It's spreading out a bit. I have a horrible feeling that fly is going to get caught in it. Oh, okay, I don't think that's even central. And I don't want the pattern to go offside. So let's try again. Right, persistent. It is spreading out, but I've realised I've lost quite a lot on my canvas so far, but maybe it will come through again, who knows, we'll see. I can't see the base colours through this very much. I think in future what I might do is have a smaller band of colours closer to the centre, so it doesn't spin out so much towards the edges, and that way I can retain some of the colours of the base of the actual canvas underneath, showing through around the edges. So I've decided to try and do some mods with the larger cells that I've got around here, because I appear to have got some really large cells down here and very small ones over there. So I'm just simply playing about with the larger cells to try and tally up the two sides. So you can see what I'm doing with the skewer. I'm simply adding some more interesting bits to just gotta hold this because it keeps turning every time I do anything. There we go. As you can see quite clearly what I'm doing with this. So I'm simply making some of these cells slightly smaller. And here, I'm bringing them up to the centre a little bit. I think another lesson learned in this attempt is that because my cell activator was heavily laden on the swipes on the right here, the cells were larger, and then there was thinner a layer of cell activator on my card when I swiped on the left, so therefore I had smaller cells on that side. But it's something worth knowing and remembering for next time if I want uniform cells all around. For larger mods, I simply tilt my skewer to the side and try to get more deeper lines, which then get filled in when the paint runs back together. And I will do this quickly simply because I can see the paint is already drying, and I'm not going to have a chance to do it once it's semi-dry. I'm just going to make a mess otherwise, so I'm just going to quickly So here I'm just using the skewer to do a few minor mods around the middle section. I'm just swirling it around to give it that wispy look. So as a unicorn swipe, all the colours and kind of muted colours in the background are coming through the centre there, making it look really, really, really pretty. There's no reason once this is dry that you can't embellish this further with maybe some butterfly decals or tattoos. I think the next time I do this, I'll make sure I put less of my colours down so that it doesn't spread as much, and put them closer to the centre. And I'll have the edges then, which will be clear to see the canvas through. I really love this one. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comments. Once the pour was dry, I decided to embellish with some white butterfly stickers, which were very shimmery. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this tutorial, and I hope you get to see my last video of the polar bears on a ring pour. If not, do check it out. Thank you for joining me on this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.